The key to great design is the ability to merge style and function. And we find evidence of that in every square inch of this condo, starting with seamless design with lots of hidden storage.
Hi, I'm Sandra Diaz Velasco with Eolo Design. We are an architecture and interiors design firm boutique. Designing small spaces is extremely challenging because we need to think about everything between form and function.
We hope to inspire you with some incredible solutions for small spaces on today's SoFlo Home Project. Welcome to SoFlo Home Project. I'm Alena Capra. So when it comes to designing more compact spaces, there are definitely some pros and cons to the entire equation. One thing that's going to be difficult is finding ways to maximize every inch of the space. But on the bright side, sometimes smaller spaces can mean smaller budgets, which leaves a lot of room to go big with style. This 1,000 square foot condo has 1 bedroom, a den, and 2 full bathrooms. What it lacks in square footage, it truly makes up for in fabulous design style. Hi, Sandra. Welcome to SoFlo Home Project. It's great to have you back.
We're so excited to have you in another of Eolo Design projects.
Well, we always love touring your beautiful design projects. And we're in a studio apartment, right?
It was supposed to be in a studio apartment and we converted it to 1 bedroom plus 1 den.
And it's so interesting because it doesn't really feel like a small space. It really lives as like a larger condo.
Well, that was the idea.
So I always find it interesting because I've designed a lot of small spaces in my career as well, and I feel that sometimes it takes more work and more thought to really make the most out of a smaller space. Would you agree?
Oh, but completely agree, 110%. Well, before, the kitchen was not here. It was really at the back. We wanted the guests to come in and feel like in a foyer and move the kitchen a little, bit further
so now
into the living
entry, which is so nice. But this kitchen is more than just a workspace, the way you've designed it. You're making it functional, making it beautiful, and then in this case, also making it an extension of a dining area as well.
Exactly.
What did you need to have in here as a wish list?
A full working kitchen. I needed to have that. But I also needed to not have a kitchen.
And that's a challenge.
We always think to ourselves that because we have a small space, we need to fit small furniture, small scale features. But I think sometimes it works the opposite way. And maximize the use of space everywhere. We wanted to go to the ceiling, full height.
Cabinets are fully maximized there. I feel like the range hood is always something that, especially when it's more of an open kitchen, making that here a regular classic island hood might have taken up a lot more space.
We needed sort of a chandelier in a way,
but
it had to function, it had to work.
I love this kitchen because first of all, the pop of color, which is great. So I think a lot of the times when we see the mixed materials, you did that here, but then as we look down to sort of the island / dining space, this also has mixed materials and varied heights. Would you say that's definitely like a great tip in a smaller space to kind of make it feel bigger by mixing things up, changing up the heights?
Completely. In here, this space especially, it's a mix of everything.
I love the mix.
And have like extra functional space. In here we have the cooktop, we have storage, we have electrical.
So you maximize storage all around here. So basically, most things either close up, open up, or a little bulb here.
Yes, everything we want. For example, let me show you. So we can have these panels and close it this way. So we close everything out, so everything disappears. And or you can choose. It's flexible enough. The design is flexible enough.
It might be one portion or the whole kitchen.
One portion, the whole thing.
And over here, it looks like sort of you created a bit of a bar option as well. So you've got the wine cooler, you've got all the shelving for the glassware. You've actually made not only the bar hidden when it needs to be, but took every inch of this kitchen to carve out space for floor to ceiling storage.
Exactly.
Coming up, we explore the rest of this fabulous great room on SoFlo Home Project.
Hey, Mike Martinez from USA Windows and Doors here. You know, back in the 1960s, this is how you protected your home from hurricanes. So if you want to learn how to go from these awnings to those beautiful windows, we're going to show you how, coming up next.
Welcome back to SoFlo Home Project. I'm Alena Capra, and we are continuing to share design tips for small spaces with big style with interior designer Sandra Diaz Velasco of Iolo Design. Sandra, so we have seen the kitchen, and it's more than just a kitchen. It was a kitchen that completely closed up to be just another sort of beautiful element of the space with the dining area in the center.
Yes.
So now we've walked past the kitchen into more formal living room areas. The kitchen expands into the living room of this condo, adding to the versatility and design and function of this great room. Was this always the living area? Was it smaller? Was it more closed off?
It was always the living area. This unit before had a balcony. And we enclosed the balcony in order to gain more area.
Wow, so talk about adding square footage. That's a great way.
Maximizing space.
And I'm seeing right behind me, I love this sort of living wall. Now here, is this faux? Is this an artificial living wall, or is it live?
Mix. Layers kind of enrich the space, and you know what? Layers are amazing for sound control.
Yes. Now let's talk about layers, because you've layered 3 amazing carpets, and the look is awesome. So layering stuff with the wall and the textures there, but bringing it to the floor where you talk about sound control, especially in a condo.
Well, you know, we designers, architects are artists at heart, right?
Yes, we always want to create something
we
different
have
new
that
for
in
everyone
mind.
we're working with.
Yes, and then for small spaces, I think connection with nature helps a lot.
Sandra, so we talk about the flow of the space, but right across from us, there is another area where there's a great flow of space. You've changed it around. It's a great look, a great vertical surface application, and we're gonna share what you did there. But before we do that, let's check in with Mike Martinez from USA Windows and Doors and see what great advice he has for us today.
Hey, Mike from USA Windows and Doors here. I'm here with Fernando. We're working on his house, putting in brand new windows and doors. Fernando, how do you like the job so far?
Yeah, I mean, I was mentally prepping myself for the amount of people that were going to be in my house, and it was a little daunting. But I mean, I was shocked at just how fast they worked and the professionalism. And I mean, they did half of the house in just a matter of hours. And out of the, I think it was a total of 14 windows, they finished 80% of them by the end of the day. So, yeah. And they didn't get in until about 11 a.m. in the morning.
So Fernando, we've done some windows, we're doing some doors for you. You want to go over a little bit of what your choices were and why you made those choices?
Absolutely. We wanted something to match the actual fascia boards on the outside, and you gave us some great examples with the bronze finishing, because we wanted something that was a little bit more contemporary, not so much traditional with the white.
So Fernando, I know that you were having problems in the past with the old windows. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
I mean, energy efficiency was a big deal. You know, in the middle of the summer, obviously it gets ridiculously hot, and they just weren't efficient. You know, I could just tell from the first night. It's quieter, they're more efficient, so we couldn't be more excited about that. Mike, I want to bring my family out here because this is the reason why we went with this investment for our home. We wanted to make sure during hurricane season, no issues, and most importantly for safety in regards to intruders and not have any security issues whatsoever.
It's what we wanted to make sure we did. We wanted to make sure we put the right quality product and do the right things for you.
Fortunate to be working with you guys, and thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you again. So if you're ready to make a change for your windows and doors, highlight your house and make your neighborhood even more beautiful than it is, give USA Windows and Doors a call on the number in the screen, or better yet, check us out on our website, usawindowsanddoors.com.
Thanks, Mike. So Sandra, this wall behind us is very beautiful. I noticed that one side behind me is open a little bit. What was here before? Was this always the dividing wall? Did you open something up?
The wall, it was a bit more forward, and so the space felt a little bit smaller. So what we did was like to move everything this way.
I love that this is so strong. I mean, it's such a bold statement to have the white veining on the darker stone look. And I just feel like when we see everything with the kitchen, there's some accents of black throughout, and then it pulls in on this side of the room strongly.
Playing with colors again.
Now, as I'm looking at this, I'm kind of getting a peek here, and I'm wondering, where is the entry to
Where is it?
everything on this side of the room? Because I know there's a bedroom in here somewhere.
Yes. Well, part of it, the game of making the spaces feel bigger is kind of to hide things. So this is the door where we enter to the primary bedroom. So this is it.
Well, we are going to take a peek, and we're bringing you all with us to see what Sandra did in this space to make it feel like a larger, more luxe living space. And we can't wait to show you all what is on the other side of this door. We're going to take you through when we come back. Coming up next, we step through to explore more amazing spaces on SoFlo Home Project. The Village at Coral Gables by MG Developer brings a collection of 48 luxury residences to the City Beautiful. So we're here today at the showroom to meet the team and learn a little bit more about this incredible project that revives George Merrick's design legacy and vision for the city. Hi, Alirio. Good to see
Elena.
you.
How are you? Nice to see you.
I'm great.
Welcome to
Everything
the showroom.
looks beautiful in here. Can't wait to see more.
The village is the beautiful project.
Alirio, I cannot wait to meet the rest of your team here and learn more about the project.
Elena, this is my team, Jenny, Annie, and Adolfo. Superstar team.
Well, it is great to meet you guys, and I can't wait to learn more about the Village at Coral Gables.
Thank you.
Jenny, so I got a chance to look around the sales center just briefly, and I can't wait to learn more. But before we do that, let's get a little backstory on the project itself, the Village at Coral Gables.
Thank you, Elena. Yes, we are very excited to present this project because it's very important for the city of Coral Gables. We started planning this project almost 4 or 5 years ago. This is a dream come true for Coral Gables, and Annie and Adolfo can talk with you better than with that.
So I think one of the key factors of when a buyer thinks about migrating to South Florida and think of Coral Gables is the proximity really to the airports, downtown Miami Beach. And this community is nestled in Coral Gables in a very residential sector, but you're walking distance to all the dining, shopping, museums, cinema, country clubs, and the greatest hotels, universities, and hospitals. So I think that's really, it's a motivating factor for these buyers.
We also have the beauty of it all. And Adolfo, we talk about this being a village, and there's a lot of different styles of homes within this village.
Yes, so what is nice about the Village at Coral Gables is that within those 48 residences, we have 4 different collections. So we have 2-bedroom condos, lofts, 4-bedroom townhomes, and we also have 3-bedroom villas. So I think that is very important as a project because we offer 4 different collections to a different variety of buyers. So we have a little bit of everything for everyone.
So I want to thank you all for spending some time with us today and sharing more about this wonderful project, the Village at Coral Gables.
Thank you, Elena,
Thank
for
you.
visiting us.
Welcome back to SoFlo Home Project. I'm Alena Capra, and we are continuing to tour this gorgeous condo with architect and interior designer Sandra Diaz-Velasco of Violo Design. So Sandra, we have seen the main living area. We saw the foyer, the kitchen, sort of like dining area, as well as the living room. But we had just seen this hidden door, and now behind that is the primary bedroom. On the opposite side of the living room, we find the primary bedroom and bath. This space has been fully outfitted with a lot of function and personality. I think we could have it all with storage in here because we talked about maximizing every inch of space. Right here, right in front of us with this great little built-in nook.
The way that we did this, when you open the door and you're from there, it feels big.
Yes,
the space
it does. It flows.
If we would have closed, like as easy as, for example, having a shelf completely closed with just an open edge,
Gives a heaviness.
It completely opens up the space and makes it, feel more bigger.
Yeah, that's a great tip.
And guess what? We also have structure behind. So we have a structural column, a huge structural column, but we were able to hide it in between the walls.
And I'm seeing a little hint of glass. So this actually gives you like this open connection.
Yes, actually we stole space from an existing balcony. We designed these type of doors, sliding doors, that open completely up.
Fully accessible view.
Yes.
Great natural light. And I'm seeing you do have the blackout drape, so that closes off the entire area.
Privacy, you can have it all.
Now, I want to also talk about more textures, because behind us we have this. All white. I feel like it brightens the space, makes it textured without it feeling heavy.
That's it. That's what we wanted.
More space here. This
Yes.
looks like another nook that you created complete function.
Yes, well, we wanted them to feel like in a resort, no? And then you can
Your
have
little breakfast bar.
privacy. So again, playing with inches, we were able
enough
to
depth.
manage to carve from the other side storage space.
Yes.
And then we have here storage in the top part, and then we have
Refrigerated drawers.
Refrigerated
I love those.
drawers.
Now, and you to our viewers, you only need 2 feet plus a little bit of space to
No
fit
more.
a
Just that.
refrigerator. What a great space. Now, behind, I see one fabulous closet. We're talking about 1,000 square foot space you've
Just
designed
1,000.
here. The closet looks like something I've seen in spaces that are 3,000 to 4,000 square feet. What did you have to do here? Because I'm seeing we have a pocket door, but then behind, I mean, this closet goes all the way back straight to the bathroom. So was the original space more of a reach-in closet, a small
not at
walk-in?
all, a small walk-in closet.
Wow.
The space was not used efficiently. The curves that we were able to use at the beginning and the entrance lend us all this space.
Well, speaking of curves, that bathroom ceiling is incredible. How did you do this, and what is the material we're looking at?
Believe it or not, that came out from necessity.
Really? So it's camouflaging some sort of vent or something in the
From
ceiling?
up there.
So most people drop soffits or drop the
I
ceiling. You've
know.
created a wave
Make it
system that hides it. I love that.
Make it fun.
Yes.
That room is the only room that does not have natural light coming through,
But you
and
get
does not
this.
have that connection with water. So what we wanted to do is kind of bring it in.
And that's sort of that biophilic design, being kind of connected with nature in a space.
Yeah, and the material that we use, it's a wall covering, water-resistant wall covering.
To our viewers, do not be afraid to try different things, because sometimes mixing, layering, as long as there's a cohesive kind of thread.
That's the key.
Well, now we have more to see, and we are going to take you to some other great spaces in this beautiful condo when we come back. Next, we look at clever design ideas for small spaces on SoFlo Home Project. Welcome back to SoFlo Home Project. I'm Alena Capra, and we are continuing to tour this beautiful condo with architect and interior designer Sandra Diaz Velasco of Yolo Design. Sandra, so we have seen a lot of great spaces, and this is only about 1,000 square feet of space, but you've managed to really carve out every area to have maximized storage, but not just about the function, the beauty. There's so many layered materials and layered lighting and a great use of the space. So now we're kind of in our last stop here, and we're right across from the kitchen. This sort of a concrete look faux finish that surrounds us here mimics what's on the cabinetry right across. So do you feel like having that connection of materials within one space also helps with it feeling larger?
Of course, it virtually doubles up the space. When you follow textures and you duplicate finishes,
So it lives as one. Yes.
That happens. Yes.
That's a great way and a great tip for viewers. So over here, it looks like it's almost like concrete block. Is there something behind this?
We're able to steal a bit of space. So we, what we
great.
did was the invisible cabinets, we could play with that.
You had talked to us about the way you played with the geometry of the space. So rather than this being, all straight walls, curving things out, just add a softness and interest. But on the other side of that curve, I imagine there's something equally with a cool curved detail.
Yes, we have a shower on the other side. And on the closet side, we have a makeup
You have a
nook.
little seated area as
Yes,
well.
we stole, from every car bench that space as well.
I think that's really a great tip for everyone who's watching. When you live in small spaces, when you design small spaces, you have to look at your space sort of kind of openly and say, where can I take space?
Do not feel constrained for what you see.
Or think freely about the
Yes,
possibilities.
think freely about that.
Well, you've worked magic here. And Sandra, I want to thank you. This has been such a treat to tour the space, see your beautiful work again. We love touring your projects. There's always so many great details to see. And of course, your design advice was wonderful, so thank you.
Thank you for having us again here. We're so thankful about these opportunities.
We appreciate it as well. And now let's take a look at what design inspiration we have planned for you next week on SoFlo Home Project. Next week on SoFlo Home Project, we tour a beautifully renovated beach condo, which I will be accessorizing with the homeowners. We share tips on how to complete your home with stylish finishing touches. And before we go, let's check in with Hunter Frankie, the host of SoFlo Health, and see what he's up to tomorrow. Hunter, what's going on?
Hey there, Elena. Find out where you can work out on the ceiling and
What do you feel right now?
I feel myself breathing.
There you go.
How to use some interesting tools to help you stay in shape for the new year. It's all tomorrow at 12:30 p.m. on the one and only Local 10 for SoFlo Health.
Thanks, Hunter. We will definitely be watching, and to our viewers, we thank you for joining us this week. And we hope to see you again next week for another all-new episode of SoFlo Home Project right here on Local 10. And remember, there's no place like SoFlo Home. If you missed any part of this episode, or if you're looking for more design inspiration, make sure to check out all episodes online at SoFloShows.com. And don't forget to follow us on social media on Facebook and Instagram.